They kicked me and my son out of Thanksgiving, so I quietly cut the power, the internet, and every bill I'd been paying for 5 years. And what happened next left them speechless. My name is Rachel. I'm 32, a single mother to an incredible 7-year-old boy named Max. I hardly ever post, but after what happened this Thanksgiving, I needed a place to let it all out because I'm still processing it. I'm shocked, hurt, and honestly just
done. Let me start with some background.
I've always been the black sheep of the family, not because I ever did anything wrong, but because I refused to keep playing along with the family's unspoken rules of favoritism, guilt, and double standards. My younger sister, Samantha, who's 29, has always been the golden child. She throws tantrums, lies to get what she wants, and still somehow manages to be seen as misunderstood or sensitive by our parents. She got pregnant at 20, dropped out of college, and has been in and out of relationships ever since. Yet my parents still cover her rent, car payments, and even daycare. Meanwhile, when I got divorced, they called me selfish for not trying hard enough to keep the family together. That's the kind of hypocrisy I've dealt with my whole life. But here's what they don't know. For the past 5 years, I've quietly been the one keeping them afloat. I've paid their utility bills, set up online grocery deliveries, covered their internet, and even paid their insurance. Every single month, roughly $1,200, gone from my tech paycheck without a single thank you or even acknowledgement. I didn't do it for gratitude. I did it because I couldn't stand the thought of them struggling, and because I wanted my son to see me doing the right thing. Thanksgiving week arrived. I'd been texting my mom all week, asking what time to come over and what I could bring. She didn't respond until the night before. Her message read, "Hey Rach, slight change of plans. We're just doing something small this year. Sam's not comfortable if you're there. Hope you understand. Maybe come by Friday." I remembered just staring at my phone in silence. I read that message over and over, trying to process the casual cruelty of it. My parents were hosting Thanksgiving, and my son and I weren't invited because my sister was uncomfortable. I tried calling. No answer. I texted back, "So Max and I aren't invited to Thanksgiving?" Still nothing. An hour later, my sister texted me, "It's not about you, Rachel. I just don't want drama. This is a family event."
A family event.
The irony was so heavy it hurt. My son, their only grandson, had spent the week making little handprint turkeys for everyone, carefully coloring each one. And they still chose to exclude us. That night, I didn't sleep much. I cried, but not out of sadness. It was something deeper, that kind of emotional exhaustion that comes from years of being the bigger person only to be treated like you're nothing. So, I made a quiet decision.
No yelling. No texts. No confrontations.
Just action. I logged into every account I'd been paying from: electric, gas, water, internet, grocery deliveries, and one by one, I canceled everything. They'd never thanked me. They'd never even asked how the bills got paid. I figured they wouldn't notice until they did. By Friday afternoon, my dad called. His voice was uneasy. "Hey, weird question. Did you change something with the gas account? They're saying payment failed." I let it go to voicemail. A few hours later, my mom left another message. "Rachel, the internet's out. Can you check if something's wrong on your end?"
I didn't respond.
I just set the phone down, took a deep breath, and looked at my son. We ordered burgers and milkshakes instead. When he asked why we didn't go to Grandma and Grandpa's this year, I simply said, "Sometimes people make choices that show you where you stand." He nodded quietly and offered me the last French fry. That small gesture felt like healing. The next morning, my dad left a frustrated voicemail. "Rachel, the electric's out now. Your mom said you changed something. This isn't funny. Just let us know what's going on." An hour later, Samantha texted me, "Can you stop acting like a child and fix whatever you messed up? We get it. You're upset. But this is punishing Mom and Dad, not me." I just stared at that message. Punishing? For 5 years, I'd paid their bills in silence. For 5 years, I was the one keeping things running. And now that I'd finally stopped, I was the villain? Later that afternoon, there was a knock at my door. It was my dad. He looked frustrated, tired, and confused. Rachel, this is ridiculous. The power's out. Your mom's in tears. And Sam says you're doing this to spite her. What's going on? I invited him in. We sat down in my living room. I didn't raise my voice. You told me not to come to Thanksgiving because Sam didn't want me there, I said calmly. So, I took that seriously. He shifted uncomfortably. It wasn't like that. We just didn't want a scene. There wouldn't have been a scene, I replied. You made one by excluding me and my son. You made it clear who matters and who doesn't. He looked shocked, like he was seeing me stand up for myself for the first time. So, you cut everything off, the bills, the internet? He asked. Yes, I said quietly. I've been paying those bills for 5 years. Every month. Silently. Without thanks. But I don't owe you that anymore. For the first time, he had nothing to say. He just sat there in silence, eyes flickering like he was replaying all those times he'd ignored me or dismissed me. You never told us, he finally said. And you never asked, I replied. He left soon after. No apology. No goodbye. Just silence. That evening, Samantha sent another text. You're blowing this way out of proportion. We're still family. If you needed to talk, you could have done it without making things harder on mom and dad. I didn't respond. Because the truth was simple. They don't get to erase me and still expect my help. By Monday, things escalated. My Aunt Linda texted me, which never happens. Sweetheart, your mom called crying. She said you're withholding money and they might lose power. Is everything okay? Withholding. That word made my blood boil. Like I was some cruel gatekeeper instead of the person who'd been keeping their lives running for half a decade. I texted back simply, they asked me not to come to Thanksgiving because Sam didn't want me there. So I stopped helping. That's all. A few hours later, I got added back into the extended family group chat, the one I'd quietly left months ago. And right there was Samantha, already trying to control the narrative. Hey everyone, just a heads up. Rachel's upset about Thanksgiving and spreading things that aren't true. We didn't exclude her. We just wanted peace. She's punishing mom and dad now by pulling support. Please don't get involved. A few generic comments followed. Hope everyone's okay, or family is hard. But then Aunt Linda spoke up. Wait, Rachel was paying their bills? Like the electric and everything? Samantha responded, I mean, maybe she helped a bit. That's not the point. So, I posted screenshots. Auto-pay confirmations, dates, amounts, everything, electricity, internet, insurance, groceries. I said nothing else. Just receipts. Then I left the group again. For the next hour, my phone exploded with calls and messages, but I didn't check. I didn't need to. The truth was finally out. The next morning, Samantha sent me a long, angry message. Thanks for humiliating me. Now everyone thinks I'm a freeloader. I'm about to lose my apartment, and mom said they can't help because of you. Are you happy now? I didn't reply. Because I wasn't happy. I was just done. Done being the responsible one who gets left out. Done being the backup plan no one acknowledges until they need something. That evening, Max and I baked cookies. We watched a movie. We lit candles, not because the power was out, but because we wanted to. And when I tucked him in, he said, Mom, I'm glad it was just us this year. I smiled and said, Same, kid. Same. By the end of the week, the silence was strange. No more calls. No more texts. Just quiet. Until there was a knock on the door. It was Samantha. Messy hair, puffy eyes, toddler on her hip, diaper bag hanging off her shoulder. Hey, she said. Can I come in?
No.
She looked desperate. I just need a few days. My landlord posted an eviction notice. Mom and dad can't help. You have space. Please. I looked at her. This same sister who'd told my parents not to invite me, who'd accused me of causing drama, who'd mocked me in the family chat. Sam, you didn't want us at Thanksgiving. Remember? She looked down. That was different. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just didn't want to fight. You didn't want to fight, I said softly. So you erased me. She started crying. Not dramatically, just quiet, tired tears. And for a second, I almost gave in. But then I looked at the wall behind her. Max's drawings taped up. His handprint turkey. The paper that said, "I'm thankful for my mom because she makes me feel safe." And I knew the answer. I stepped back and closed the door. Later that night, my mom left a voicemail. Her voice trembled. "Rachel, please.
We know we made mistakes.
The family's falling apart. Samantha's being evicted. Your father's blood pressure is high. Please, let's fix this. We're still your parents." I listened to it twice. Then I wrote a handwritten note. "Mom, Dad, for 5 years, I paid your bills without a word. For 5 years, you let Samantha treat me like I was disposable. This Thanksgiving, you made it clear where I stand. So now I'm doing the same. I'm not angry. I'm just finished." That night, I sat on the couch with Max. We ate takeout, watched a movie, and laughed until he spilled his soda all over the blanket. And in that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. No more manipulation. No more conditional love. Just me, my son, and quiet happiness. And I realized something important. Sometimes the quietest people hold the most power. Sometimes peace isn't about revenge. It's about finally saying no. If you've ever been the one holding a family together while being treated like you don't belong, this story is for you. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this one, because sometimes the only way to heal is to stop saving everyone else.